Good morning, my friends, my viewers. So it would be more than one viewers to see me, to view, to watchers, watches. That, that doesn't work. Please comment below. Good morning. It is Tuesday. I believe it is Tuesday. I had a dream that I slept through, and it was Thursday, and I was supposed to be doing things. I missed my Tuesday and Wednesday things to do. So I'm very anxious to make sure that I get my stuff done, apparently. Especially welcoming you to the Wise One channel. I'm your host, Lady Caren. I hope you are well. Still summer. It's summer. It's still summer. It's like a week into summer, our first week of summer, and I don't feel accomplished in getting summer stuff done. I feel like yeah. So I'm gonna take a deep breath in through my nose till I expand my diaphragm with a big old belly breath. I'm gonna hold it, and then I'm gonna exhale it, and then I'm gonna let it out through my mouth. And if you want to join me, if you want to go with me, then together, if it's safe for you to do so, you're welcome. I am not certified in teaching breath or anything like that. So yeah, at your own risk, breathe with me. Hold. Let it out. Breathe in, relaxation, calm. Hold. Make sure it takes root. And let it out. Hold. Breathe in. Accomplishing. Hold. And let it out. Take one and get centered. Hold. And let it out. Oh, wow. Yes, definitely good morning. So it's good morning. That sounds like I'm flipping somebody off, but yeah. So I ended up drinking last night's coffee. My coffee maker. It was cold this morning when I grabbed my coffee, and I'm like, what happened? The coffee maker reads like some other time in the morning, but so much later. And I'm like, what did it brew? When did it brew? So, like 7 hours ago. Sometime after I went to bed. The coffee was good. So that was my morning. Put brown sugar in it, vanilla creamer. I put in 2 things of ice, which I don't normally do, but I had to take an iron pill, which I don't normally do. Okay, let me see if I can get this out. Let's take a look. I finished. I didn't really finish yesterday morning. So let's see how far we are. We're what, halfway through-ish? Yeah, a little under halfway. This row. We should just finish up this row. It's taking me 5 minutes to get onto this. It's just a row single crochet stitches. The lighting is getting different because I've got my happy light on, using that, and then the sun is coming out. It's cloudy, so I don't get to see the sunrise with pretty colors, even though I'm looking the wrong way anyways. So yeah. Yeah. Usually I talk about the thread weight and the fact that I don't really know the size of my crochet hook because I don't. But I'm liking this color combination, the way it's pastels or so along on here. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I got up late this morning. I've been slow to move, which that tells me that I'm depressed, which means I need to try to exercise more. Try to get that cardio up again. And see what I can do about that, if possible. It's so pretty. Look at that. Look at that like that. It's so pretty. The contrast. I love contrast. Yeah, I'm trying to get organized. Back in the rhythm of things. Everything is not. All our work is coming in. That's where I cleaned because I didn't clean as much. So now it's unclean. And now I have like a whole bunch of stuff to do. I don't want to. Oh. This moon. Isn't that gorgeous? That is so gorgeous. I love the top. It's so pretty. It's unedited bread. It's waxing given. It's pretty. We have a full moon, July 3rd. July 17th is new moon. So, that's not long. Today in my area, we are currently at 58 and it's supposed to get up to 73 and feel like it's 74. So in the 70s, probably still have poor air quality. Unhealthy. 132 AQ air quality. Quality like crap. Allergy outlook. Health effects can be immediately felt by sensitive groups. Healthy individuals may experience difficulty to breathe and throat irritations with prolonged exposure. Limit outdoor activities. Okay. So tree pollen is moderate, ragweed is moderate, mold is moderate, grass pollen is low, hopefully low. Hopefully people are not with a bad air quality mowing their lawns. And dust and dander is very high. It's a dusty day. I should probably clean my car. All right, so do I want to clean? That's why. Do I want to cook? All right, so what do I have for cooking today? Do I have to cook this morning? So tonight I don't have to cook. Or I might not cook today. That way, because if I'm stuck inside, I don't want cooking is the biggest thing that the air filter cleans out is your cooking air. So yeah. Things like that. So I'm trying to, we've got stuff for salads. I might do more quinoa. Couscous, not quinoa. I get those two confused for some odd reason. It's not, so. Yeah, something pretty easy. I might make potatoes in the slow cooker. It's mostly electricity, so it doesn't really heat up the stove or anything. It stays all in the slow cooker and doesn't affect the quality of the air. I might make potatoes so that I can make like gnocchi. That'll be good. So I'll probably make potatoes this morning and then work on gnocchi. That'll do it. It's a lot of processing mashed potatoes. So first you got to make potatoes mashed, and then you got to mix it in, and then you got to do all the making the individual noodles. It's a potato noodle. What am I looking at here? Yep, that's a stitch. I got cook and more cleaning. So every so often, so I've been watching murder mystery shows as my dopamine fix. It's not working, but apparently I'm hooked into it for a short-term fix while I'm watching it. It lets me ride the emotional roller coaster. Rizzoli and Isles. Yeah, I'm sucked in. It's good. I've watched an episode before, and then somehow I am now in season 5. They've got seven seasons. Holy crap! But it's a good show. There's a lot of stuff to move the story along. So everything's solved in half an hour rather than 2-3 years later. But yeah. But a hot detective and a hot Emmy, they work together, and yeah, she's great, and she's awesome. So yeah, and one's awesome, one's great. Yeah, they're both awesome. They're both great. They both look great. They're both, yeah. I like them. But yeah, they seem to enjoy the show. And so watching, crime shows like that every once in a while, because of my hyper imagination, profundasia, whatever, I take a snapshot of my house, and this starts to get morbid. I'm like, if something where I ended up on the slab or my life is interrupted and I came back into the house, to say, get my stuff, arrange for like my funeral, whatever, I get morbid into it. There could be 100 other reasons. And what would they find? What would it look like with somebody having to come in? And usually, because tragedy doesn't strike when your whole life is put together. It's when all the little crap that has disrupted your life adds up. That's when tragedy seems to strike, is when you're down in the dumps and just come out of depression or something, you get me? Those who get me, right? It never comes at a pretty time where your life's all put together and your house is not a mess. So I'm going to clean the house so that it's always ready. That would be nice. That's my goal, is that, well, mostly for the living, so that it's always ready to get onto a project and I can just put my stuff down from the store and put all my stuff away, or to get on to the arts and crafts project, or to host it's always ready to like host for a church event or hall event. I'm gonna start calling it a hall. A great hall, so that people can get together and it's not as religious or something, where people just yeah. Nope. Let's not. There we go. Let's finish the stitch before we start a new one, shall we? Yeah. So those are my thoughts. So I want to get the house so that if anything happens, it's put together. It looks like my life is put together and organized. It's not. I'm not there yet, but I'm not as bad as it used to be. I'm getting onto it. My fear is that I'm getting close, but I'm going to be so far, that's. I have a fear that tragedy will strike, or I'm not going to be able to, or something will come through and, uproot my whole life in the middle of something. Pray that it doesn't happen. I hope may it not happen. May it never, ever, ever happen. Powers, great divinity, may it never, ever happen. May I have worried for nothing. But yeah, just to organize my life so that it's going better. That way, if something, though, the consequences of it, the natural consequences, or the natural, it won't, it'll be okay. That if something were to happen, it would be easy enough to find, or, I need. I'm getting to the end of this. Yeah. I'm not counting in my head. I'm just like, when it gets close to the end, I just, other people count their stitches like responsible crocheters. Responsible hook people. Hook. People that work with a hook. Hookers. Yeah. But I think I want to work on my health first. My physical health, like the exercising and the taking care of the mental health, and then work on the environment. Or work on me eating healthier, exercising. I was gonna have a big old slice of pizza. I'm like, I'm doing so well not eating gluten. See, is this edge? This is a nice edge, isn't it? Look nice. That work? Yeah, that works. That looks straight. Straighter than the other side. I don't understand. Some of it can look straight, and I'm not counting the stitches, and some of it look like wonky. And why only one side will be straight and the other side won't? I'm not redoing it. That would be insane. That's a lot of work. Yeah. I should probably get on to my winter projects now so that they'll be done by the time winter gets here. It's summer. of summer and fall to get through them. Scarves and mittens, and the kids want half, or they want the fingerless mittens. So I'll have to work on some of those projects. But yeah. I'll have to figure out what I did with my screen for papers when it gets up to that heat again to work on paper projects and making like new paper or recycling our old paper. It'll be fun. Trying to get it so that I can open a studio where you can come in and try all sorts of different arts and crafts, sewing, crocheting, knitting, work with ribbons, make a junk journal, and try it out and see if you like it. And if you don't, you can, and then that way you can sell it if you want to sell it, or you can keep it, or you can, I'll have a website if you want to sell it, and then you sell it or buy it from the people who made it and then sell it. Because a lot of people who are autistic and ADHD, now let me phrase that, a lot of people who have autism and ADHD, because you don't have to identify with the way your brain is designed. And there's so much more to them than just the way their brain was designed differently. That we start a project here or there, and we may do it for like so long and then we don't, or we could try it half done. I don't like it, and things like that. And also, I'm thinking mobile, like a mobile, and it brings all sorts of arts and crafts, these projects, and you get it started with suggestions like, oh, if you're just starting, try this, see if you like the textiles, with options. And that way, if you're disabled, they can come to you. Something to do, like if you just get out of surgery and you can't really get around the house, and have somebody to crochet with, make an appointment, come around. Something to show the kids. Kids get out of school, through the summer. The mobile units come around, and like the bookmobile or something, so kids have more books. I have arts and crafts so that you don't have to. What happens is we get ashamed and we stash it someplace in the house, and then we've stopped. But it's sort of like, like where you do like little pottery or whatever. You can do the pottery circle, or you can do, well, that probably won't be on the mobile unit, but arts, different types of arts and crafts. That'll be at the studio. That's my dream. And something to get the hands moving, and it's therapeutic, And I'm hoping that it'll raise money for the hall, because I religiously want to organize to help people through lots of, a lot of people have been traumatized. So that, and when neurodivergent people, sometimes we don't help them in between jobs. If they, been laid off or whatever, to help them pay for rent and pay to fix a place. They're ashamed to ask for help. And there's people like with a hoarder's mess that needs cleaned. It definitely needs cleaned. There's people that need help, just to need help and not have anything to do with the church or hall or whatever I'm making for new religion. Just to be helped. I mean, they just need assistance with stuff. There are burnouts, and people can't do anything with burnout. And I really do want to just help with whatever they need, you know. Just to exist, not have to be demanded that your existence cost, especially with those with PDA, pathological demand avoidance. I mean, it's just be happy just to exist and to be loved and to just exist. Not be ridiculed for being a slack off or lazy or anything like that. You just want to exist and not feel suicidal just for existing. I mean, sheesh. If you want to get rid of suicide, make it not make sense, And get for whatever, for financial assistance and ways to help themselves out of issues. That's my big dream. Because I've been in it, and now that I understand what it was and what it is and what it could be again, I know I'm not alone. I definitely know I'm not alone. If I organize people who are struggling through this, organize so that people who are struggling through this can get through it, then the world will be a better place. Heal others would probably heal me a lot. Now that I understand, just need to heal. Oh, that is pretty. Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Oh, I thought there was like 9. Okay, so that's 9. Is that bigger or smaller than this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 9. So then I need, let's see, that's the half double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on the 7th single row from the last half double. So 8, 9, 10, or 11. I can probably do 11. It'll probably be more. So it's 4 more rows before I go to a double. think I'm going to go back to double in every other stitch, so it looks pretty. And it'll still be warm. I thought, with the holes, how could an Afghan or a blanket be warm? But it pockets the air. I'm like, I don't know. It just pockets the air. Been at it for half an hour like that. If I got far enough or not. Well, less than 30, like 20 some minutes. Because I didn't start until after we were in there. All right. See, I've got this much to go on this row. I've got 4 more rows after that before I go to a double. 4 more rows of single crochet stitches. Yeah. Now I go a little bit faster because I'm impatient. I'm an impatient person, and I want to make sure all the stuff that I have scheduled today goes and that I don't miss. But I don't miss my week. It's like Monday I slept through it, but I just laid there. I want to take care of me more so I don't get burnt out. That's tight. Why is that tight? I'm not going to be able to get the stitch in the next row through that if it's too tight. Can I get the tension? Like, it feels weird, like I'm not getting the right tension or something in here. I like to just continuously, like, and go through, but sometimes it feels like it gets stuck or something, and then I have to pull the string, the thread, the yarn. Okay. Da-da-da. So lots of cleaning today, and then we're off to do our thing. Cleaning, and I have laundry and I have dishes, and then after that piles up, it'll look as if I hadn't done laundry or dishes. I'm really like turn around and go, there's more dishes than what I just spent the last half hour on. The last hour on. Like if you do dishes for an hour. Yeah, I will make the mashed potatoes. It is getting all morning-y out. The sun is coming out. It's brightening up the clouds, the sky and the clouds. I don't think it's Pacific. Yeah, it looks cloudy today. And I need to start doing my nails again. I was doing that oil treatment. Do more oil treatment. So I have to figure out what I'm going to have for breakfast besides banana. So I took an iron, which it's going to want food. It's like hard on the tummy if I don't eat. We've got eggs. My dad helped me out this week. helped us out this week and bought a 60 thing of eggs. And we will see how much we go through a 60 thing of eggs. I should probably Google, find out how long eggs stay good for in the fridge. Let's Google, shall we? Google search. Long do eggs last in the fridge? I've got the AI searching too. Fresh eggs can last 3 to 5 weeks in the fridge. The sell-by date is usually expired during that length of time, but the eggs are perfectly safe to use. To preserve eggs, you should store eggs in the original carton away from the door of the fridge. You can also freeze eggs for about a year. What about boiled eggs? Raw whole eggs, 4 to 5 weeks beyond the pack diet, or about 3 weeks after purchase. Raw whole eggs, raw whole egg yolks, weeks, 4 to 5 days, yolks, 2 days. 2 more rows. Eggs, refrigerator. If the refrigerator is 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So is there a chart? There's a chart. Okay. Hard-boiled eggs up to 1 week in the shell. So raw eggs last longer in the shell. Hard-boiled eggs peeled same day for best quality. Freezer storage, that's disturbing. If you have more eggs than you can use within a few weeks, you can freeze them out of the shell. Freeze only clean, fresh eggs. Place them in freezer container, seal tightly, and label with number of egg whites or yolks and date. Defrost frozen eggs overnight in the refrigerator. Egg yolks thicken or gel when frozen. To hinder gel formation, beat in either an eighth teaspoon of salt or 1.5 teaspoons of sugar or corn syrup. That's a lot of sugar for a little bit egg per 1/4 cup of egg yolk. Okay, so before freezing, indicating with salt, main dishes, or with sugar desserts on the labels. The following chart shows how long they last. Raw whole eggs in shell, not recommended. Okay, so you have to take them out of the shell. Up to 1 whole year. Egg whites, egg yolks and egg whites egg yolks slightly beaten, egg whites up to 1 year. Raw egg yolk up to 1 year. Oh, not slightly beaten. Hard-boiled eggs in shell, not recommended. Hard-boiled egg peeled, not recommended. The whites become tough, very watery. That smells like a skunky got scared. Okay. Bedtime procrastination is linked to harsh and unpredictable environments in childhood students. Oh. How to stop white clover from taking over your urine. I love white clover in my dad, but my dad probably doesn't. About music when you need to focus. Public school at home. Give your child more flexible. That's this ad. What is Kyber crystal? My summer hacks make your home 10% cooler without air conditioning. Just add looks like the word cheater. Looks like without that CHEA. Outdated occupations, 15 dying professions that aren't worth pursuing. Being me. Unexpected wine grape found that is high deterioration genetic burden. to have high deleterious genetic birth. What? People who generally enjoy being alone have these 10 personality traits. Now, shows all, not only straights. Oh, that's sponsored. These are the caffeine habits of the longest living people in the planet. Oh, I love those. BBC headliners is Vladimir Putin says Wagner mutiny leader will be brought to justice. Gosh. Hopefully, the war will end quickly and justly soon, that they can have some peace. Heat wave lasts. Latest news, more temperatures expected in Texas and Alabama. That one is from the New York Times 14 hours ago. ABC News says University of Idaho. I am not the whole Idaho, the state, because I know people who would laugh about that. University of Idaho murder state seeks death penalty against Brian Kohlberg. And then Hacksman, that's an ad. If you avoid these 13 common phrases, you're a better communicator. Yeah. Body found in Lake Michigan near Foster Beach. CBS Chicago. That was 5 days ago. I hope they. Okay. Disney loses nearly 95% of its classic animation material. That's got to be. I don't know if that's like coincidental, a gimmick, or something, because that means those who have classical pieces like on CD or VHS. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What is Disney up to? I wonder if they're just trying to get rid of the original Walt stuff, who was pretty much more Freemason than he was the now dead Illuminati. And that is a cute little Tamu ad. I kind of want those cute little storage. They've got these cute little storage thingies. I kind of want them so that I can store up stuff and then undo, things. They're cute though. I need a way of doing the shoes. Storing the shoes so the kids can see their shoes and make it mega easy to put their shoes away. Ooh. This is from Ancient News 5 days ago. It's cute. A couple renovating their kitchen in Denmark found an ancient stone carved with fake. It's faking. The Suda, the Greek encyclopedia written in the year 1100. Greek reporter. Side post 3 days ago says new psychology research indicates that lower social economic status is linked to ... Study reveals that wine consumption has an irreversible relationship to cardiovascular. News Medical a week ago. Older than the Egyptian pyramids, the history and mystery of ancient Irish burial tombs. Irish Star, 2 weeks. Great monarch migration seems to owe success to white spots on butterflies' wings. Good News Network, a day ago. And then I sponsored it. Ancestry on YouTube a day ago says John Lithgow is related to Clint Eastwood, Sally Fields, and Who? Find your roots. A couple who retired early with 4.3 million say the fire lifestyle is wearing thin. We don't want fortune. There you go. A brownie and a bite fudgy cookie. Sugar spun run. That sounds good. Let's not die though. Diabetes. Honey possum. Tiny nectar lovers with enormous taste and giant spur. Is that Cosmo magazine a day ago? Ah, it's got a picture of an adorable little squirrel looking creature. Ah, it's all good. And then below it, the first thing you see in this optical illusion will says a lot and determine if you are social or like. Well, the first thing I see is a freaking lion. Or is that supposed to be a dog? Let's see, what else is there? Is it supposed to be a woman's face or something? Or a lion? I don't know. I don't know. Is that supposed to be a I don't know. Webb telescope detects crucial molecule in space for the first time. CNN 12 hours ago. That's epic. Ready to reach your weight loss? It's not about consuming calories. It's about sponsored. There could be captured planets in the Oort cloud. Captured planets in the Oort University today, 2 days ago. And then that lawn. Homeowner reveals upgrades that made their lawn unrecognizable. The cod down. Cody down. Drug tested prehistoric hair. Interesting. The past 1 week. 7 lessons from writing my first book, Psychology Today. I wrote a book and then there all sorts I know about. Tick nest in Michigan. How to identify and destroy. Where rent is most and least affordable in Michigan. It's got university. Meet the 33-year-old Canadian chemist and renowned MIT professor who are building the AI revolutionary already transforming education. Yeah, our education is pretty bad, but the fact that it's, biased, it's a little, Beachwalker finds 3,000-year-old ancient Egyptian goddess figure history. That is cool. There's like bazillion figures, goddess figures. I mean, it was just the thing to have in your house. Like we all have like, beds and stoves and lights. They probably had like goddess figures, god figures, pots that told the whole story. Yeah, like Gilgamesh pottery. It's cool though. Astronauts' immunity gene deactivates when they go into space. Newsweek 5 days ago. Listen, NASA releases musical cosmic hormones based on telescope image of space. Surprise. There's usually Florida, New York, and different states. I'm a mechanic. When parents ask me the best car for a teenager, I have 2 immediate unseen intruders, ancient virus discovered in coral symbionts DNA. That, yeah, signed Sci Tech Daily. Top 8 Chat GPT productivity tips for work. Okay. Good idea or potential liability. Here's what a yellow ribbon on a dog collar or leash means. Cruise line calling it quits after the Great Lakes for 2 years. Wood TV, university research for neutral basis of conscientious yields first results. Science 2 hours. I took a parenting break. It changed my life. Newsweek. And then there are donuts. Weekly drop June 26th, July 1st. Galaxy brownie, wedding cake, and more. Crumble cookie. YouTube. What? CNN. Putting salt in tap water and drilling wells in park. One country's desperate quest to avoid. More 15 jobs that will be extinct. Saginaw. Shooting among party goers. That's yeah. Okay, now that we got sucked into that with, I don't have attention deficit. You have attention deficit disorder. Nearly an hour later, I lost my. I wasn't paying attention. Where's my hook? Here it is. And this is the other side of the hook with the hook part. The stick. Put the right part. Okay, let's see if we finish this up before this goes into an hour. Da 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 da. What was it that I wanted to do more of? Oh, I remember. All right, so for my gaming people on my regular YouTube, I probably won't put this on the podcast. I'll probably put this on the YouTube. For my gaming, I got Emerald. I'm just gonna call the person Emerald, and they suggested some games last night that I could do for the show. They like horror games, so I'm not into horror, but they seem to like. They suggested a horror game, another one to play for the YouTube video. So that'll be interesting. I wonder if I have to put in my regular YouTube channel during a podcast, or if you guys can find the YouTube. It's the same for the podcast as it is for the YouTube channel. I don't know. I'll figure out more about what I'm doing. I just click buttons. That's all I do. I click the buttons. My turn to click the button. So that 95% at Disney lost. There's something behind that. I don't suspect that it was just like accidentally loses 95% of their classic. There's probably something wrong. These are assumptions unless you get into the thing and read about it and find out, Yeah, because ones that inherited Disney, like, where he's got more lessons, like where if those who are around my age remember anything about the classics with Donald teaching about the golden rectangle, is it? Yeah, geometry and some pretty nifty stuff. I enjoyed it. So where would it be? Would it be on YouTube? Would they find it, or would they go out and annihilate anybody who has it so that the price goes up, or they're trying to get rid of? Yeah. I don't like those who say there's too much info on the internet, and they have been where stuff was on the internet and then they took it off. That pisses me off. Like, no, that information might not have been your happy place, but I could definitely use that info, because so when you check stuff on the internet, some stuff is missing. Because I thought too many choices. Those who don't like a lot of choices and get bogged down by too much of a thing, I mean, the consumption is not just them, though. The consumption of the internet is not just them. I mean, there are other people who put things together. So some of your research might have to go back to the books. Trust your librarians. Librarians are beautiful and wonderful. Yeah, so there's also a word for like it was on the internet and then it disappeared. So this looks like this is, yeah. So I had this straight for like the longest. I was getting straight. I don't know. So this is smaller. But this is just pointy out here, this orange. I don't know what I was doing with this orange. Anyways, I finished a row. And we got 4 more rows to go before we get a double. And then I'm going to have a blanket eventually next year or so or something. I just pull this tight. Okay. I will let you guys go, and hopefully I will be on tomorrow. No, I won't be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I have the day off tomorrow, so we'll see how much I can get done today. That'll be nice. Rest is essential, so I'll try to take tomorrow off. I've got to go. Yes, I will see you guys Thursday. What should we talk about Thursday? I don't know. I probably won't remember. But yeah, Thursday. Was it like Thursday? No, it's Thursday. T-H? Thursday? I'm going to look again at the sign for Thursday. But Thursday. I will see you Thursday. All right. I got to get moving and get things done. Love you guys. Love you. Love you. Until next we meet, I hope you have a good one.